Yeah, man, I'm getting thirsty. Want anything at Dutch Bros?
Dutch Bros.
You mean some of you never had Dutch Bros?
I mean, I've had it, but it's just a drink place.
Yeah, it's just a drink place. Oh, check that right there.
What?
You see that thing right there?
What?
Oh,
Oh shit.
nah. I'm sorry. I thought I saw something. But anyways, yeah, you really never had Dutch Bros before.
No, when I go to a drive-thru, I want to eat something.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Crescent Cross podcast. I am your host today, the colorful, clumsy Cameron Cross. We're still not over the mistake.
I'm still very disappointed.
So with me is my usual co-host today, King Crescent.
Yes. Praise.
We just came up with the topic for today's episode on the fly, but before that, got any small talk?
Actually, I do. So, the other day, the store that I work at, which is a supermarket, Vince Young visited, and I was able to get my stuff signed. I got a poster as well as a football signed. Not anime. Onto your left-hand side is the football that got signed.
Oh yeah, I was wondering about that. I forgot you told me the story.
All right, here we go. Let's see. I got it signed, baby. And for all the Texans out there, I hope you're proud of me.
Why? Because we're a football state?
You guys are football states.
Yeah, I mean, we have America's team, whether they deserve that title anymore or not, but that's a different story for another day.
Other than that, what was it? Yeah, I met the guy. What was it?
I made a bunch of Scott the Woz jokes.
I met the guy. What was it? We went into the back. We talked and chatted a little bit. What was it? I wanted to keep things short and sweet. I was like, "Hey man, how you doing? Things doing well." What was it? That sort of thing. Because I know this guy's a busy man. He's on schedule. So like I said, just kept things short and sweet. Everybody was excited. Everybody got their stuff signed. I literally just stepped out of work and asked one of my partners, "Hey, listen, handle levels of this shift while I'm getting my stuff signed, and I'll come back." And I did that, and he he was a goat, man. Was the person who was that was part of it? Huh?
They're a real one.
Yeah, that guy's MVP. So make sure I made sure to hook him up with something. For him? Being very cool, very chill, and everything. But yeah, no, that was pretty cool to see Vince Young. So that's my small talk. What about you?
It does fit in theme with the previous episode and this current one. I mentioned how early September I got to see Green Day.
Nice.
Late September, so literally a couple weeks ago, at the time of us recording, I saw Sum 41.
Sum 41.
For those of you who have a vague recollection of that name, they're the Fat Lip guys and the Into Deep guys. I'll play snippets of both songs here and here. Yeah, if that's nostalgia for you, you're a real one. I got to see them. I originally saw them open for The Offspring because I wanted a chance to see them because they're breaking up after this tour that I just saw them on.
Okay.
As the lead singer specifically says, he wants to call it quits. I don't think the rest of the band did, but that's a whole other topic. But I mean, if your main guy doesn't really want to continue, then it's kind of hard to argue. And so I got to see him as an opener and as a headliner, so that's one cool experience.
Nice.
I did record their whole show, too.
Okay.
And the two openers were great. One of them is Mini Eyes. They're a spin-off band of a metalcore band called Every Time I Die. And the Interceptors are more kind of ska punky. So they have a pretty cool vibe. So if you like your punk with trumpets, you'll like the Interceptors. The Interrupters. Jesus Christ. But Sum 41 was the main event. And one of the cool things about Sum 41 is I play the pop punky songs that I just mentioned, but they're also a metal band too. You're kind of you're thinking to yourself, yeah, that doesn't happen a whole lot, now does it?
No.
I mean, in their song Fat Lip, they mention Maiden and Priest is how we were raised. Iron Maiden and Judas Priest.
Huh.
So it's kind of one of those, metal was just kind of one of those, it's in their DNA. They just unlocked it very quickly. Yeah. If you want a good place to start with Sum 41, I'd recommend their first 3 albums. And then I would recommend, as far as their recent stuff, I'd recommend Order and Decline and 13 Voices. Their most recent one is a good note to leave on. And it's actually a double album called Heaven and Hell. Not like the Black Sabbath record.
Got it.
For the Heaven side's the pop punk stuff. and the hell side's the metal stuff. Makes sense.
Makes sense.
It just kind of feels a little rushed, and a lot of the songs are very short and abruptly. But overall, it's pretty good. I kind of one of my bigger grievances with the hell side is that they have a cover of Painted Black. Not so much the cover stuff is pretty good, but they didn't do a cover on the heaven side. Balance. There's also not a lot of singles for the hell side, but the heaven side got a bunch of singles. I mean, I get you hadn't done pop punk since the late 2000s, but they're a punk band. That's good. It comes with the territory. But yeah, it's kind of one of those. There's some aspects of the promotion. It's promotion that I didn't care for, but when I saw them live, even hearing the new songs live, it was fun. I didn't get to hear songs from Order and Decline or 13 Voices, the two metal albums I recommended for their later career. But the songs they did perform were great. And like the merch line was like almost I exaggerate that it was a mile long, but there was two long lines to get to the merch. So I tried to go during the breaks, didn't get it. And after the show, I was online. I finally got the merch. When I noticed they were playing a secret song after the encore, I still got it. I still listened, and I got some footage of it.
Nice.
So it was kind of one of those like very cheeky things because the song's called "So Long, Goodbye." I was like, hey, if you stayed for the show, if you stayed for this part, hey, you get an extra song, but also we're gonna be a little cheeky because we're also breaking up too. So long, goodbye. So that was not my best impression, but it was kind of one of those. I actually got to see it because I was trying to get merch, and I got a song from each of the artists playing. It's my second Sum 41 shirt. I was honestly thinking the first band that I would see as an opener to be a headliner would be Turnstile, but no, Sum 41. But I got to see them before they called it quits for good.
Yeah.
Or at least until they decide to have a reunion to make money.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't trust disbandments. How many times has Ozzy done farewell tours? He's done a few. Like,
Interesting.
more than 3. But I mentioned the live music because today we're just talking about music.
Oh, we are.
Yeah.
This is definitely not the perfect shirt for me to wear. So you know what? Give me 1 second, guys. All right. Hold on. When'd you change shirt, dude? I'm magical.
That's true. You are a king.
Damn right I am. So this is your topic. So how do you want to talk about it?
We named the genre that we would kind of center our taste around.
Okay then. So
Rock.
this is a rock band.
So you would center your taste as predominantly rock too?
Yeah. What was it? I can't say I'm predominantly rock. I do love rock, but also I'm also a mixture between like electronic, like Daft Punk. Let's see. There's another couple that I can think of. I am also into like the Hispanic Latin music. What was it? I'm also down with compa music. So like I'm pretty much versatile when it comes to music genre.
You mean kumbaya?
Kumbaya.
It's also Latin.
So yeah, like I'm a multitude of different types of music genres.
I mean, I am too, but I would just say like the majority of what I listen to is rock. Because like a lot of my gateways to other genres have been rock fusions for me.
Okay.
Like electronic, like Linkin Park.
Yeah.
Because they do play around a lot with electronics. I listen to Kid A by Radiohead, great album. And plus like the way I got into K-pop was Dreamcatcher.
Okay, so then how about this? How about
Who does
this?
rock?
Yeah, that's fair. So how about this? Like, you're mainly predominantly rock. I'm mainly predominantly electronic.
Yeah.
Because like, what was it?
So we should make an industrial project.
Yeah, we should. What was it? Well, we'll see what happens in the future. But right now, let's focus on this.
I should probably explain what industrial is, shouldn't I?
Actually, what was it? Yeah, even I actually need a refresher course on what industrial is.
To basically essentially dumb it down, it's kind of what 9 Inch Nails does. It's kind of where you get electronic like instrumentation, but the synths are very blaring, a lot harsher, and have a bit more of like a mechanical feel. Like it's not uncommon for people to use like actual machines as instruments in the genre. That's where it's like musique concrete inspirations come from.
Got it.
And that term itself is just using non-traditional objects as instruments. We almost could have gotten a Pink Floyd album like that too. It was literally called Household Objects.
Okay.
What was funny is that was supposed to be the album that succeeds Dark Side of the Moon.
Oh, okay.
I kind of like having Wish You Were Here as the album to follow up because I think it's better than Dark Side of the Moon. We'll get to that point later. But
yeah, no.
Yeah, you're just like, that's a hot take.
It is a hot take.
It's not that hot a take though.
And but also, yeah, it kind of got me thinking like, Now I kind of want to be a robot. Kind of like how Daft Punk is.
It always comes back to Daft Punk with this dude.
I really love Daft Punk.
Daft Punk is great. I love Daft Punk. I just don't think it should be your identity.
I never said they were going to be my identity. I just thought I said I want to be a robot. But also, I would like to
I
use.
do
Like,
want to watch Interstellar 555 though.
I would love to watch Interstellar 555.
No, Interstellar.
Interstellar 555. There's 4 5s.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, no. So, how do you want this topic to go down then? Like, just talking about it, like what we like about it.
Yeah, just talking music, some of our favorites and some recommendations.
Okay.
But I guess I should also explain where else I kind of go outside of rock music, because I think you cut me off when I was about to say Dreamcatcher's name.
Sorry.
Yeah, which then because after Dreamcatcher, most of my favorite K-pop groups are ones that are either have some rock influence, like like TXT, or at least done a rock type sound, like G Idol or ATEEZ, or they're EDM groups like ATEEZ and Stray Kids. So yeah, I would say my second most listened to genre would probably be electronic, because I have listened to every Daft Punk record. I've listened to every major Björk record. I listened to the electronic Radiohead. How did I blank the name for a second? I mentioned them 2 seconds ago.
Yeah, and also there's also a radio in your car, in everyone's car.
Yeah,
So,
it's not my head though.
Huh?
It's not, but it's not my head though. It's in my head, but it's not my head itself.
But you can imagine that it's in your head.
Yeah, but in next year I plan to listen to Flying Lotus.
Right.
They're kind of one of those. If you're in the know of good electronic groups, they're one, but they're not like as big as like Aphex Twin, Daft Punk, or Björk. So I do like the electronic I check out, and I also want to get into more industrial. It's also a little bit more like darker than um, typical electronic. So it's kind of like a fusion of rock and electronic, but it's also kind of its own thing at the same time.
Yeah.
That's weird.
So yeah, that's where I stem for like my favorites, because like what was it? Growing up, I definitely did listen to a lot of rock. Heck, I even went to my first concert was a rock concert, which is Linkin Park, and I actually have a shirt, which I will again show again. And what was it? But yeah, predominantly I've been listening to a lot of rock. Here and there, I would listen to a bit of hip hop.
Yeah, that's kind of me too. Like I kind of have to be in the mood for it.
Yeah.
I know this year I listened to Run DMC,
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
and last year I started touching with MF Doom, and I
Okay.
plan to finish MF Doom next year, along with checking out A Tribe Called Quest
Got it. Got it.
and Kendrick, Denzel Curry, and what else did I say? Eminem?
No, you have not said Eminem.
Oh yeah, and Eminem.
What was it? Yeah, I actually need to get into what was it? Not to say I need to get into it, but like what was it? I definitely need to
You
get
want to check
more,
out
more of Eminem, because like he has a lot of great stuff. He recently dropped a new album, Death of Slim Shady. I definitely heard Houdini. I was definitely vibing to that. There was another song that he did with Dre. What was it? Bad Guys Always Die. That's another song that I've been been bopping my head to. It's a really good song.
And it's weird. Most of the hip hop I listen to is technically Korean, because a lot of K-pop plays with hip hop and R&B.
Yeah.
And that's another thing. I listen to a decent bit of R&B, not that much, but I've been playing around with the genre. I've been flirting with it lately. Mostly The Weeknd,
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
but also I think as someone who grew up listening to some Michael Jackson and Prince, mostly Michael Jackson, I think R&B is just kind of one of those natural paths one takes. So next year I do plan to listen to Prince's discography. Probably the next year I'll check out Michael Jackson's discography. I want to get Prince out the way because it's a much longer discography. Like triple the amount MJ has, man. It's crazy.
And there was a point in time where like I've been listening to a lot of MJ stuff, and my God, that guy is a genius.
And his voice.
Yes, exactly.
Like, check out some of the non-singles, and you're like pleasantly surprised. What is your favorite MJ album?
That is a very good question.
I'll tell you mine. I think mine's. It's not that big of a deep cut, but it's kind of one of those. Okay, this guy. I got respect for. It's off the wall for me.
Is that the one with the Thriller, or no? That's
Thriller's on Thriller.
Thriller's on Thriller. Listen, okay,
Off the wall.
was-
Rock with you.
rock with you. Okay, yeah.
And we'll ride the boogie all night.
Okay. So my favorite album, what he said was Thriller. It was like what was it?
I mean, it's the best-selling album of all time.
And what was it? I was definitely very much introduced to what was it? not his first song. My first song, what was it that I was introduced to was Billie Jean.
All right, but yeah, MJ.
So the first song, as I said earlier, was what was it? The first song that I was introduced to was Michael Jackson's Billie Jean, but it was his music video. That's when I was hearing, not the music video, sorry, the live performance. And that was where he was like pulling off these fun dance moves and all that stuff. But what really truly blew my mind, come on, we already know, the moonwalk. His vocals are great and amazing.
The moonwalk's cool.
Listen, I thought the moonwalk was amazing.
Yeah, I know the moonwalk's one of those he saw another performer do and he just made it his own.
Exactly.
Like, and he's admitted to it.
Yeah, he knew like he took it from someone. Like what was it? Like he adopted it as his own.
Yeah, it's not necessarily biting.
Yeah.
Do you know what biting is?
Like taking someone's thing.
Yeah,
and
this
then,
is like more like a term with like dancing and hip and rapping,
Yeah.
where it's like you don't really cover other people's stuff. If you credit it, it's like more chill, but it's generally frowned upon.
Yeah.
Like he admitted it, he was the first guy to do it.
Yeah. Look at Thomas Edison.
Yeah, I mentioned ATs, but one of their signature moves, like the kind of like dog walk thing, got bitten by another dancer,
Mm.
and yeah, and one of course they integrated the bite. So it's like no, like yeah, we know what you did, but yeah, it's just one of those like neat terms.
Yeah. It's a fun term. Biting.
Yeah, my first song was I didn't get into MJ until like after he had passed away.
Yeah.
But boy, did I get into him afterwards. Like one of my first few albums, my first batch of albums, like I guess my first haul, I would say, was AC/DC's Ball Breaker. Not their best album, but it's fine. 3 Metallica albums that we'll get back to, and Michael Jackson's Bad. So yeah, needless to say, MJ has had an effect on my life. I think he's had an effect on most people's lives.
Heck, I even got a PlayStation game. What was it? Based off of what was
Michael Jackson, The Experience.
Yes, I got,
I
and
had
it
that
came
on
with the
Wii.
glove too.
I had it on the Wii.
Listen. The only reason why before I started wearing this hat, the only reason why I loved wearing fedoras at the time was because of Michael Jackson. Until the nice guys / the neckbeards ruined it.
Yeah, I actually have fedora, but it was for like a 20s themed event.
That's fair. That's fair.
Also, I would get the other kind of fedora to be Indiana Jones, but we'll have an Indiana Jones episode one day.
Yeah. Or maybe an intro / outro.
That's true. Well, we'll get back to that.
We'll get back to that.
Like, write that down.
Write that down.
But even then, Michael Jackson does play with rock.
He does play with rock, and he did it with what was it? One of the one of the songs that I'm thinking of is "Beat It."
They did that.
Yeah.
He also did it with Bad. But I know Bad. I know Beat It's the main one.
Huh?
But I know that Beat It's the main one. I mean, he got arguably the greatest guitarist of all time, Eddie Van Halen.
Eddie
Rest in
fucking
peace.
Van Halen. Sorry.
Yeah, rest in peace, Eddie. Yeah, the reason why I say arguably is because Jimi fucking Hendrix. Well, I haven't dug deep into his music. I think if you didn't say he was the greatest guitarist of all time, I think you would be hanged.
No, like I think those two are phenomenally.
They're
amazing.
very different players.
different players, different
But they are
styles.
fantastic.
Fantastic.
So, do you want me to tell you the story of how I actually got into music?
Tell me.
So, one part was I was always kind of just like neutral with music growing up. It wasn't until like I was 14 I was like, you know what, I kind of want to try getting into music. I knew I didn't want to get into rap because a lot of the rap I heard was just bad. Because like one of my pet peeves is people just blaring out their music in public. And imagine being on a school bus where everyone's blaring their like shitty hip hop songs.
Yeah.
So you kind of grow to hate the style.
Okay.
So the fact that I even grow to like it now is kind of a miracle in and of itself. So I thought about getting into rock because the opposite. I grew up listening to country and 80s music. And I was kind of feeling burnt out by country because this was like when Florida Georgia Line was getting robbed. Fuck Florida Georgia Line. And so in the 80s, music was predominantly rock and new wave. I mean, new wave is rock, but it's like a different style of rock. That's also why I like electronic music and synthesizers because you grew up with new wave.
Yeah.
Those are bands like Talking Heads, for those who aren't familiar with the term. So and plus AC/DC was the band that I first clicked with because I remember one of my mom's exes buying AC/DC's Black Ice when it came out. He's like, okay, AC/DC. And I fell in love with AC/DC. I've yet to see them live, and hopefully I do get to see them before it's all said and done.
Okay.
I will go to Houston if necessary. That's just one of those things for me.
That's a necessary thing you need to do.
And one of the other pieces in the puzzle was when my mom put a Metallica song on my iPod.
Ooh.
I actually ignored it the first few times because it started with the gunshots. It's a little off-putting. And you know this is very ironic considering what song it is. My mom put one on my iPod, but it's like one of those. When I saw there was a Metallica song, when I saw there was a Metallica song, oh, some of my friends are talking about this band. Let me check them out. I saw there was a gunshot. I was like, oh, it's this band. And I was like, okay, let me let it cook. My life has not been the same since I listened to one man.
I'm glad that you actually brought that up because how I got into rock was because of Guitar Hero.
And what was the song?
And what was it? Yeah, one was definitely the song, but like I remember starting playing Foghat's Slow Ride all the way down to like what was it? School's Out with Alice Cooper. What was the other song? Sunshine Your Love by Cream. Kept on going down. Painted Black. And then when it came to one, oh my god, it was one of the most orgasmic songs to ever play.
I know. It was one of those, and that's when I got into metal too.
Yes.
And that's like half of the music equation because the other one was seeing like some of my classmates back in my hometown like do a kind of boy band dance to In the Ends. It's weirdly one of those weird things that just makes sense. And maybe that's why I like K-pop now that I think about it. But you know, like it's like they did a dance to that song with all songs. But at the same time, if it was any Linkin Park song, it would probably be that one. And
This actually gave me an idea that we need to write down. We need to like kind of like have a revived what was it, Guitar Hero thing where like we get a good we get a what was it, Guitar Hero guitars, and what was it, we get the games. Actually I have two of the games in my case right
one
now.
Guitar Hero video and one Rock Band video.
No, they're both Guitar Heroes. I could actually see if I
No,
can.
I meant like for the videos itself.
For the videos, yeah, we could definitely find a rock band. We could definitely play.
We can also do our own custom Guitar Hero Rock Band playlist because a lot of music's come out since the last one.
Oh yeah.
I mentioned Turnstile, man. Turnstile is good, but that's 3/4 of the equation. So let's get to the fourth one. My first concert was a rock one. It's a band I had never heard of up to that point, and this concert would change my life too. Because I thought, you know what? Even though I had like very neutral taste music, I think the reason why I wanted to get into music was because I went to this concert, and I thought, you know what? I think I should at least go to a concert at least one time in my life, and I really liked the experience. And that band was Alice in Chains.
Nice.
Yeah, and so not only were they the first band, but they were also the first band I saw a second time. Because that second time I saw them as a fan.
Okay. Okay.
So when I got to see them, I got emotional a few times. I sang my heart out a few times. I lost my voice the next night. But it really, and I mentioned the crying thing because some of Alice in Chains songs are depressing, especially if you know some of the emotional context behind them or kind of what would be established in hindsight.
Okay.
Like listening to Nutshell live after knowing the Alice in Chains story, and the song is already sad in of itself, but like I said, a lot of Alice in Chains' like personal history as a band is kind of just like it's very depressing and dark.
Yeah.
As their music generally is, so it just matches.
Yeah.
So I heard that, and when I heard them play a tribute to their former singer and bassist who had since passed, I teared up like a bitch. Can you blame me?
No, you teared up like a man.
True, fair, I'll accept it, and I'm wearing blue to match the tears.
Heck yeah. So you mentioned your first concert. I already said about my first concert. So why don't I talk about the last concert that I went to?
And I already talked about my last concert. It just makes sense.
Yeah, that really makes sense. So the last concert that I went to was the Santana concert, and oh my god, it was phenomenally amazing. I went with my girlfriend Queen Penala. What was it like? So growing up, I definitely loved listening to Carlos Santana's music. Definitely started off with Black Magic Woman, then later on Smooth, and then I got into more and more into his musics. And what was that? One of my favorites is what should we call it? Put Your Lights On, El Furor, and another fan favorite of mine would be. I'm trying to remember the name. I don't know why I'm trying to remember the name. This is stupid of me. In Search of Mona Lisa. No, that's the name of the album. Do You Remember Me? Is the name of the song. I don't know why I was having a hard time remembering it. But those are my favorite songs that I love listening to growing up still to this day. So when we went to the concert, like, or at least when let me first talk about how we first found out. So my mom sent me an email about like what was it, like a concert started coming up, and what it was the Calling Crows with what was it, Santana. I'm like, I need to get tickets right away. There's no question about it. We need tickets right away.
Kind of like what we did for Queens of the Stone Age.
Pretty much. And
We'll save that topic for another day.
another day. Don't worry. You guys will be well rewarded. So Queen Panal and I, we were discussing what was it, like saying like, listen, like this is a once in a life opportunity, and I would be thrilled if you come with me. I wanted to share this experience with Queen Panal. Like I've shared, like I felt like I put a lot of like what was it, like core memories with her. Was with some of Santana's songs that I've shared with her, and her and I growing up. What was it? During college life, we were just enjoying. What was it, the songs that I've sent her and have her listen, and what was it? As time went on, we were just talking about the concert, saying, "Oh my God, how awesome it would be to what was it, go to this concert and everything." So the day had finally arrived. Made it all the way over to the Moody, and we what was it? We were in, and the first thing that we needed to do was get merch, because
Oh yeah,
if we didn't get the merch right then and there, we probably would have been like backed up behind and probably most likely depressed. So that's what we did. So
especially because getting merch at Moody sucks. Like you remember those lines at Queens of the Stone Age.
nice.
We'll get back to it, but I have my own horror stories outside of that outside of that show.
So and the shirt that I purchased looked fan fucking tag. It kind of it's almost like a
This one right here.
I'll show it right here. It pretty much looks like a culmination to the loads of albums that he had published, and it gives me reminiscence of the Supernatural album, but like combined with all the other albums that he had published. And then of course I had to get myself what was it, uh, uh, um, like a CD, a couple of CDs,
Yeah,
and
you got a few.
I had to get a few, and one of them was In Search of Mona Lisa, as well as something. It was not greatest hits. It was
Live album?
it was not a live album. It was the Supernatural, and oh my God, I was happy that I got it.
Yeah. Is this your first like non-English artist that you've seen?
Um,
Like non-performing in English.
yeah, yeah. This is actually my first non English performing. Well, because he speaks English too, and his songs actually speaks what was it, like the songs that he plays has English lyrics as well. Some of them has Spanish lyrics as well.
Yeah. It just depends on the song. Yeah, I kind of have a similar situation when I saw the Mars Volta.
Right.
We'll save that for another day. But I don't know if they're like worth a whole episode though. Like I said, we'll just discuss it a different day
Yeah.
if we ever do. But I have seen a four nights. Well, I've seen a few because I've seen English and Canadian bands.
Right. So I wanted to bring it up back over to the merch stand. So we got the merch, and we finally what was it? Got our seats. Actually, no, we didn't get to our seats. We were looking for our seats, and then what was it? Once we finally settled down and found our seats, we were like, okay, we got our stuff. We know where we're at. Let's walk around just a little bit and just what was it? Like see like see if we're hungry, see if we're thirsty, if we want to get drinks or anything like that. So we got drinks, and then we got some pizza from Tony C's, and then because that's one of the vendors that they were selling at, and then we sat down, we listened to Calling Crows, and it was a wonderful night. It was
Before you continue, can I say PSA? Sure. Watch the openers. You pay all this money for this concert. You don't watch the openers? What's wrong with you?
definitely watch the openers. Come on, like
Especially because you don't know if you're going to discover a new band you like.
it's a nice treat that you guys will be introducing yourselves to.
Okay, continue. We're gonna go on this PSA until people start learning.
Exactly.
And also, if you do see them and you're not interested, don't treat them like shit. And I'm sorry.
No disrespect. No disrespect, man. Don't judge them at all.
Okay, keep going.
So after listening to Calling Crows, they were really enjoyable. I love them.
Yeah, had you heard their music before?
I'm trying to remember if I did or not, but Queen Panella had introduced me to at least one or two of their songs, and what was it? I enjoyed them. Queen Panella, definitely put them up right here. But then after what was it? The opener has concluded. That was when we took our break and we decided to get one of the drinks that they had. So me as a non-alcoholic drinker, what was it? I asked for the mocktail, whereas Queen Panala she got one of the specialty drinks. She got the Maria Maria, and what was it? The cocktail that I asked for. The way it looked similar to the colors look similar to the album of In Search of Mona Lisa, and I it didn't even have a name too, so I called it the Mona Lisa naturally, and I'm able to recreate that drink. I really am. And the only way I was able to recreate that is because of Queen Panala. She remembered it, and as soon as she remembered it, I was able to grab the stuff from my local supermarket
That you work at.
that I work at, and was able to recreate that drink. Heck, I was able to recreate that drink last week. It was delicious.
If I don't know what ingredients are in it, I might actually try it.
Dude, man, like the next time you come over here, man, I'll have you try it.
Okay.
So that was that. Once we sat down,
The magic happened.
the magic happened. I'm not gonna lie, I had some tears like balling up, man.
Because Santana is one of your favorite
He's
artists.
just one of my favorite artists, and it was glorious. His guitar strums, his entire band was like phenomenal, and they played some of the songs that I definitely was definitely his popular hits. What was it, like Maria Maria? What was it? The Corazon. Oh my God, it was fantastic. And
You're doing up now, aren't you?
I am tearing up a little. It's not just what was it? It's not just the fact that I not only made it to the concert, but I was able to share that experience with Queen Panala, and it was to me it was the most magical and intimate moments to be at a concert.
Weirdly enough, my eyes are getting watery because it's just like I just relate to that when I saw Alice in Chains, where it's like when those concerts do happen, those magical moments, they stick with you. They really do. Cause like when I saw Mike, I'll let you finish first.
So yeah,
Let it out, man. Let it out.
yeah. So like
These are tears of a man, right?
yeah, this is Tears of a Man. So yeah, like when I was listening to Maria Maria, like what was it? When they were playing Maria Maria, that's when I decided to like get up and like what was it? Grabbed Queen Panala by the hand and we just started dancing. What was it? On the stairs, and we were just dancing for a while until security was like, "Hey, listen, no, you can't be dancing."
Security level bus guy.
I'm like, you know what? They're doing their jobs. They're gonna bust our balls for mildly good reasons. So fine, whatever. But I'm a little mad because but I can't be too mad. But it was the final song. What was it? That was actually the. Oh, hold on. I'm getting a tiny bit ahead of myself. So Carlos Santana's wife, Sydney Blackman Santana, she what was it? She and what was it? The bassist had a solo together, and she was just ramming and bamming and clamming on the drums,
Oof.
like for
It's always a rhythm section highlight.
heck yeah, and like she was going on for 7 to 14 minutes, and the way that he like Carlos Santana described his wife, she equated her as an Olympic athlete. I was like, damn.
That's where it's coming out of. Like, I'm not familiar with Santana's music at all. I just know that he's a legend, so I know that that's saying something coming from him.
And then later on came the encore, and can you guess what the encore was?
No, because I'm not familiar with right.
So the encore song was Smooth. That's when everybody got up, freaked out, and decided to just get down and dance. And I grabbed my girl's hand.
That's the point. That's the point of the encore, man.
I grabbed my girl's hand. We got up and we got down to dancing. Oh my God. This was like, out of all the concerts, I have to say this one was my top tier favorite. And like the fact that like I was like even balling up, tearing up a little bit, what was it? It shows how magical that concert to me was.
I can imagine. So, I guess I'll continue where I was about to go.
Yeah.
So, I got into MCR after they disbanded, and I'd made many jokes. I think I might have mentioned this in a previous episode that I joked that they were never getting back together.
Yeah.
Then they did, and I was sad because I had missed out on tickets, and it did a good thing for me in that regard because I was able to get tickets for in 2022.
Nice.
Went with the friends, I got to see them, and it was pretty cool seeing them. It's this band that I thought I'd never get to see live. I'm actually just watching them live. And it was my first concert I paid for with my own money. First, I went with a friend too, so it's just like there was a lot of firsts, and it was fun. I got to watch people do a mosh pit. Obviously, I wasn't in it, but I don't know. Maybe one day I'll be brave enough to go into the pit. One day,
I know I would be.
yeah. But at least one rule of the mosh pit is someone falls and pick them up.
Of course.
Yeah, like it gets crazy in there. It gets violent, but it's like
That's the fun.
yeah. But it's also one of those. It's controlled violence to a degree. It's like hey, if someone does not want to be in it, they do not force you in it.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, and I just realized most of the concerts I've been to have been punk concerts. Now I think about it. So one day I will get into the mosh pit.
Yeah, he's a punk right here.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm daft.
Daft Punk.
Yep.
You was about to the wrong hand.
I'm like, hi-ya!
But I'd say, and I mentioned, seeing an artist in a foreign language. I saw Bandmade.
Okay, okay.
So it's my first Japanese artist.
Oh, okay.
Bandmade, for those who don't know, here's a picture of the band. They look cutesy, but they play Zeppelin style rock music, and they were my most listened to band of 2020. Now that I think about it, according to Spotify.
I can see.
Yeah, like they make again, it's Zeppelin style rock. What more can you ask for? Like they're heavily influenced by Zeppelin, Deep Purple. So that's why they kind of bridge the line between hard rock and heavy metal. The music's fun. A lot of it is kind of samey. If you want recommendations, like album wise, I check out World Domination, Songs, Domination, Dice, Influencer. There's plenty of good stuff there. If you know where to look.
Yeah.
It was fun, and it's like it's one of these. It's one of those bands where it's like they kind of have the cutesy image, and they have like a just fun vibe when you hear them live. So it made it weird that a fight happened at that concert. Like of all bands, so they had to bring the kind of like like the Maid Cafe like kind of like magic time thing that they do. Yeah, they incorporated that into their set, so they had to initiate it to get the fight to stop.
Oh God.
And I won't lie, I had a hard time understanding them because English is not their first language, but damn, they certainly tried.
Yeah.
You know what? The fight stopped. The crowd calmed down. We all had a fun time making fun of the leader / rhythm guitarist.
Okay, yeah.
Because she's the leader, and she's like the creator behind the band, but she's also the butt of a lot of the jokes from the other members. I mean, she calls herself Pigeon. I don't know. Bandmade's fun. If you're interested in anime, they have done a few anime openings. But, you like anime music, check out more Japanese acts outside of anime. That's all I can say about that. One day I'll get to see a K-pop act.
Yeah.
I want to see Dreamcatcher. I want to see ATEEZ, Mamamoo, Stray Kids, Card. Yeah, the works. Yes, and our camera lady is clapping.
Don't clap too much. You're not allowed to be happy.
Who would you see with me if we went to a show?
Probably between ATEEZ or, what was it, Mamamoo, maybe?
Yeah. You want to see Dreamcatcher with me?
Oh, sorry, Dreamcatcher.
But my favorite concert I've been to would probably, other than the Queens of the Stone Age one with us, I think my favorite other than what I mentioned, would probably be Paramore.
Okay.
I stood the whole time in Converse.
Huh.
That's a flex, even if they are comfy Converse.
Mhm.
Like it was fun. They played my favorite song, and I wasn't expecting to hear it at all. Yeah, we might do more. We might have to do another like concert exclusive episode. But do you want to just quickly run through the other concerts you've been to?
Yeah, I'll quickly run through it. So I'm gonna start from start to last. So it would be Linkin Park, Kings of Leon. Later on, it was Shinedown. Let's see, Queens of the Stone Ages, and last but not least, Santana.
Okay, for me, Alice in Chains the first time. Their opener was the Congos. My second show, I missed the opener sadly, but I do want to see those openers. They're Dorothy and Diamante. They've been good music, especially Dorothy.
Yeah.
But the headliners were 3 Days Grace.
Nice.
For those who are in the know, this was Matt Walsh era. I didn't get to see Adam Gontier. I might get to see now. Chevelle and Breaking Benjamin the first time. My third concert was Dilly Dally and Turnstile opening for My Chem. And then later that year, Thunder Pussy opening. Yes, that's their name. Opening for Bush, who I'm not crazy about.
Shave it.
Anyways, Bush, who I'm not crazy about. Breaking Benjamin the second time, and Alice in Chains the second time. And then last year I got a little crazy with it.
Oh yeah.
I saw Shadow Click open for Bandmade. I got to see Terry Genderbender open for the Mars Volta.
Wait! Before Santana, I saw Tesla.
Oh yeah, that's right. And did you also see like Extreme?
And Extreme. Okay, so before Before Santana, what was it? It was Tesla. Before Tesla, it was Extreme. Okay, now I'm done.
Okay. Let's see. Then I saw the Lindas for the first time, and Foles open for Paramore. And then, and this is where it kind of gets a little hazy with memory. But I saw Neon Trees.
Okay.
The openers was I think their Silent Rival, and the other one was Laundry Day. I think there was like one of the last ones of the bunch, but I'm just kind of going over which one I remember off the top of my head.
Always do your laundry.
Yeah. I saw Amon Amarth open for Ghost.
Okay.
I saw 4 acts open. No, 3 acts open for Ice Nine Kills.
Okay. Oh, okay.
They were Mike Stead. He's like a more kind of like metalcore take on rap. There was Set It Off metalcore acts, and then wait, did I say that was Set It Off? The Plot and You is the metalcore band. Set It Off is the pop punk band who opened.
Right. And before we continue, he mentioned Ice Nine Kills earlier, so watch our previous Halloween special.
Yeah, it's fun. We had fun with it.
Except for the part where he actually messed up on.
Hey, they still get to hear reactions.
Yeah, let's still hear a reaction.
Let's see. Who else did I see? I mentioned that I saw Sum 41 open for The Offspring.
Oh, yeah.
I saw Anita Strauss open for Mammoth Wolfgang Van Halen. So Van Halen's son. He did great. He did a tribute song to his father. Mad respect. Respect the king.
Yeah, respect me.
Not you.
Oh.
Well, respect to you, but respect the king, the Dutch king in question we're talking about.
Got it.
Yeah, Eddie Van Halen's Dutch.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, Dutch Indonesian.
Deutsch.
I saw Nothing But Thieves.
You're a thief.
Yeah, I saw Kid Capici open for them. Let's see. I mentioned earlier I saw Green Day, and with the Lindas and Rancid opening. I saw Bad Religion and Social Distortion. Well, I kind of saw Social Distortion because we got rained on and got evacuated.
Yeah.
But Bad Religion was great, though. You might have seen the shirt in a previous episode.
Probably obviously.
And then recently I saw Sum 41. And later this year, I'm planning to see The Who open for Iron Maiden. I'm finally getting the metal in, man. Well, I listened to Ice Nine Kills, Ghost and Monmouth live, but you get my idea. Metal's finally starting to catch up, little by little. But, and I guess I should explain what those 3 Metallica albums were.
Yes, you should.
So, my first 3 Metallica albums I owned were Ride the Lightning, Master of Puppets, and then Justice for All, the one with 1. Dun, 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 dun. One of the sad things about that album is that it could have been better because they toned down the bass. So it could have been better.
Well, what's funny too is that in Guitar Hero, the 3rd game, the bass was actually back up.
Of course, Guitar Hero has a better version of Metallica song because like the Death Magnetic, like DLC for one of them, or it was Rock Band, they actually had better mixing. The first 5 albums, Kill 'Em All, Ride the Lightning, Master of Puppets, Justice for All, and the Black Album. And then I would check out their cover double album, Garage Inc., and their first symphony album, S&M. Not that kind of S&M. And then after that, I would check out some of the more recent stuff. I would check out Death Magnetic, Hardwired to Self-Destruct, the second S&M. And yeah, if I'm feeling generous, maybe 72 Seasons, the recent one they put out. If only because it has the best song that came out with after the Black Album.
Okay.
That's the only reason why. And then I would say check out Beyond Magnetic. It's just more Death Magnetic. And not as good. For the awesome tribute to former Alice in Chains singer Lane Staley on the song Rebel of Babylon.
Yeah.
I check it out on those grounds. And then Load and Reload. There's a good album between those 2 albums. For those like, what about the 599 EP? It's in Garage Inc. Stop making it seem like it's a bigger deal than it already is. Sorry, my PS say. Metallica fans are chaotic, toxic. No one hates Metallica more than Metallica fans. Trust me. You tell a Metallica fan that, they're like, yeah, I don't disagree. Like, we bitch about our band all the time. Maybe Dave Mustaine hates him more, but he's on better terms with him now. But, yeah, Metallica is fun, but man, does it bring out your worst parts of yourself. But if you're someone who has had reservation about getting into metal, check out Master of Puppets. It's not a bad place to start. And then go check out Paranoid, and then just see what other people recommend you. But dear God, do not listen to a Black Album starting off.
No. But I will say, listen to one. Definitely listen to one.
Yeah.
It's a really fun. What was it?
If you want a depressing viewing, or like depressing but artistic viewing of that song, check out the music video where they actually interlace it with an actual black and white film.
Yeah,
It's not a fun watch.
it's not a fun watch, but what was it? The sound. It's just it sounds like you're gassing.
And having it like because that movie's whole plot matches that song by coincidence does. Cause I showed it to you, right?
Yeah, you showed me.
It's depressing watch, but it's a beautiful watch.
Indeed.
That's one of those. Hey, if you're in the right headspace, check it out. But with that, I think we've talked enough about music for now.
Yeah, this was a good topic.
Mostly live music, but
Yeah.
I guess next time we can kind of do like, hey, where we would suggest for certain genres or artists, right?
Yeah. But yeah, no, this was a good one where we
Plus
didn't
we
have to
Plus, we also have a plan for our favorite bands too.
exactly.
But
This was
stay
one
tuned.
where we didn't have to like focus up on a script. We just went with it and like just like talk about whatever, man. This is what we're about. Like we just talk about whatever, man.
Yeah, we have a guideline of what we want to talk about, but that's just to narrow it down, really.
Just to narrow things down, yeah.
But with that, do you want to say the honors?
How the fuck did we get out of that car crash?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
You did that on purpose.
Yeah, I did.
Is this the payback for the American Graffiti thing?
It is. Jackass.
So are we going to Dutch Bros or not?
Yeah, let's go get a Dutch Bros.